To this story now, people in this country illegally caught during Operation Charlotte's Web are suing the Department of Homeland Security. They're saying regardless of their immigration status, the government cannot continue to hold them without giving them a bond hearing. ICE and Border Patrol agents took more than 400 people into custody that week last month and then moved many of them to this long-term detention center in Georgia. WCNC Charlotte's Nate Morabito poured through the federal court records and discovered some are now taking legal action.
It's difficult to track down these lawsuits because there's very little public information available, but we found a few cases that originated here in Charlotte. I spoke with several attorneys who told me there are plenty more, and they argue because agents found these people here rather than at the border, they have a right to a bond hearing. Less than a month after their wedding, on the fourth day of Operation Charlotte's Web, Dennis Gonzalez-Diaz went to the Charlotte DHS office.
This is the third appointment he's had.
His new wife expected a routine visit, a chance for ICE to again verify the Nicaraguan's address and that he's not a threat. Part of his plan to eventually secure the government's okay to be here.
He's one of those people that go to work and come home, that's it.
Brittany Harris Gonzalez says he came to this country in 2023 to work so he could send money back home to his kids.
He went in the building and they wouldn't let him come back out.
Less than 24 hours later,
the fear in his voice on the phone.
The newlywed says her husband was already at a detention center in Georgia.
It's not fair and it's not right.
To this day, she says the government has not offered him a bond hearing while he awaits his initial deportation court appearance in November 2026.
A lot of people are not aware that they have rights.
Georgia attorney Karen Weinstock says she's talked with several dozen people from Charlotte detained by DHS.
They're saying that they're subject to mandatory detention, which is not correct.
Weinstock has spent the last several months challenging the government in court, filing what are called writs of habeas corpus on detainees' behalf.
I have not lost a case yet, and I've had dozens of these.
She and others say those held have due process rights because they've remained in the country for some time and because of where agents found them.
We are treating you the same as somebody we're catching at the border today. And that's not right because the law says different.
The Charlotte cases we've identified include a native Egyptian detained by ICE on November 21st, without warning and without any possibility of a bond hearing. A landscaper with work authorization arrested by agents as he ate lunch with his crew. And a man here since 2006 detained by immigration when they stopped his car. Weinstock says they're just a fraction of the cases in the system, adding the vast majority of her clients do not have criminal histories. People she says the government wants to hold indefinitely.
Unfortunately, unless you sue them in federal court, you're not going to get relief.
Through a spokesperson, DHS's assistant secretary told us ICE has the law and the facts on its side, and it adheres to all court decisions until it ultimately gets them shot down by the highest court in the land. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.